MoDOT innovators from across the state gathered recently to compare notes and select the top innovations in projects, productivity, and tools and equipment. Here's a sample of the very best from this year's Innovations Challenge Showcase.
This is what we're using to go down our delineators, our guardrails, and our rope cables. Basically what we're doing, running the hydraulics off the tractor for our weed eater motors. Our delineators will come right in between here. These are able to just snap back, just keep right on going down the road without slowing down. Our operator's in the tractor. He's safe in the tractor. We have a follow truck that follows him. This way there's nobody that's out on the roadway trying to weed eat around traffic going by them. The cylinder here, it hydraulics out to where it goes out past our guardrail. We're able to work it back and forth, trim in or out around our guardrail. It raises up. We're able to raise up above our guardrail, set it down, and go around that. It also folds back against the tractor for roading it down the road if you're not actually going to use it, which makes it a safety feature. You don't have to have it as a wide load. We built the heads, the hydraulic motors, we had to find them, put them together, make our couplers for our weed eater heads. We're using a heavy duty weed eater string. It's 4-sided, so it cuts real easy. We're able to take it off real easy. We're able to just set it down, put it against the post, chain it back, take these bolts out. This whole thing comes off. This is able to stay on the tractor, and we're able to put on another brush cutter. We're able to put on a blade, start doing drives with leaving this on. So it's pretty versatile. We went from the Iowa line to St. Louis in 2 weeks, 1 week going down, 1 week coming back. Just 2 guys, weed eating, delineators and guardrails. It's worked great. I mean, even the crews that was on the job, they said it worked great. They never felt, they was protected by the tractor, protected by the truck. They didn't have the fear of being out in the traffic. So it worked great for the whole crew.
25% of workman's comps are slips, trips, and falls. 29% of those are mounting and dismounting vehicles. 16% of those are snow and ice related. I've come up with a heated step system for our trucks using a 12-volt heat cable. Very simple electronics. Hook positive, hook negative, put 12 volts to it, it heats up. I then took an old street sign, put it in between run the cables in between the step and the street sign, hooked it to a 12-volt power supply with a switch. It keeps the snow off your step so you no longer have a slip, trip, and fall hazard. This actual step has been on a truck consistently for over 2 years now. There's no faults with it, no corrosion issues, no degradation of the actual cable. It cannot overheat, it's self-regulating. It can be overlapped. You can run them as long as you want. It's very simple. It is either gonna eliminate slips, trips, and falls off vehicles, or it definitely will reduce that. And for the $75 you spend on a step is definitely a lot less than what you're gonna spend for a workman's comp claim.
And a few years ago, I created something called the panic lights, and we've seen a lot of success with those panic lights. They're reducing close calls and hits, but I wasn't satisfied with that. I call that phase 1. Phase 2 is an automatic sound system that comes on when the driver hits a button. Button number 1 is lights, button number 2 is lights and sound. We teach our people in St. Louis that a mile marker away, a long way back, turn the lights on. If the people do not react and change lanes, go ahead and switch to button number 2 right away. Give those people 800 feet to 1,000 feet. That's anywhere from 5 to 8 seconds of reaction time. So they activate the sound. If they do the right thing, they turn them both off. If they continue in our lane and don't do the right thing and move out of the lane, they simply leave the system on. So you got the 6 white panic lights going off, you got the sound system going off, and I think right now, if you like, I'm just gonna set the system off for a few seconds. It's on about 3% of what it will be in real world. This is just for the uniqueness, so that you can see that it's not an air horn or it's not a siren to be confused with an emergency vehicle. And the videotape that we've taken in real world, we are seeing people move over sooner rather than later, which is what we want. That gives everybody behind them a chance to move over as well. 2014 in St. Louis, we were hit 3 times without the sound system. 2015, the 2 hot seat units behind the road stripers, experience no hits when you strap the entire system. I want to take the activation out of the operator's hands. Also then, what that would do is it would allow a pothole crew, a bridge flushing crew, any crew out there at all could park the vehicle. The vehicle would still protect them in the work zone. So it'll be uniform then by automated system to come on at specific distance, 1,200 feet for lights, 850 feet for sound is my idea. And if the people do the right thing and change lanes, great, the system will turn itself off. And again, that could be used for moving work zones or stationary work zones, either one. So hopefully today we get approval to move forward, and I'll work on the automatic for next year and get that tested this year in St. Louis.
Every year this gets better and better. We figure out things that make it better, and then we go around in the room and do the competition. And it's really not about the competition part, but that kind of makes it interesting. Because what it's about is you go in there and you look at those innovations and you think about how we're going to make things better. And that's what this is about. And then we're going to do the fun stuff about how we're going to kind of recognize some of the ones that we really like and have a little bit of fun with that. But I want you to know that everybody that's come here today, or anybody that's been in the district with one of the challenges, everybody's a winner. Because all that stuff makes MoDOT better every day.